We got some really unfortunate news in the basketball world. Freshman guard for the Kentucky Wildcats, Terrence Clarke, he passed away in a car accident. He was only 19 years old, which is just so young to die, Mario. And you guys out there, it's just really unfortunate. So basically, what ended up happening, is that he ran a red light at a very high rate of speed in the San Fernando area in Los Angeles at approximately 2:10 p.m. Pacific time. And he ended up smashing into a car that was ready to make a left-hand turn. And I have a quote from Sergeant John Matassa, who is from the LAPD. He said, and I quote, "The incident was captured on surveillance video. He collided with another vehicle that was preparing to make a left-hand turn. He struck the vehicle, hit a streetlight pole, and ultimately hit a block wall. He was transported to a Northridge hospital and was later pronounced deceased as a result of the collision." And before I continue, Mark, I actually have a few things to say. Source for this was Adrian Wojnarowski. And before I actually continue, believe it or not, I just want to take a moment of silence. Thank you. So yeah, Mario, let me start first because well, first of all, I want to start off with may he rest in peace. This is a guy that just declared for the NBA draft a couple months ago. I actually looked at the draft for the NBA, and the Boston Celtics were actually supposed to pick this guy up, but because he just died, we're gonna have to look for someone else now, which is very unfortunate. But the draft doesn't matter. There's more to it than just sports, obviously. So I just wanted to point that out there. But yeah, Mario, it's such a sad way to go out. You know what? These things have a soft place in my heart. Like you said, you lost a cousin in a car accident. I lost a very close friend from a car accident. She ended up getting hit by a car. So things like these, I was involved in a car accident almost a year ago. So these things do have a soft place in my heart. Um, but when you really look at it, he was running a red light. At a very high rate of speed too, according to the police. Now again, I'm not gonna catch his name or anything. Obviously, may he rest in peace, things like that. But you guys seriously have to be safe out there. You can't be running red lights. You can't be driving at high rates of speeds because then you end up like Terrence Clarke. And again, may he rest in peace. I'm not gonna trash his name, but do you want to end up like that? Do you want to end up dead because you wanted to drive fast and run red lights and stuff like that? You know what I mean? You gotta be careful on these roads. I've addressed this before in a few videos because these types of things don't really come up. Car accidents don't really come up, so unlike the thing where other crimes happen, like we bring awareness to that type of stuff. Racism, we bring awareness to that quite often. Car accidents, we don't really bring up this topic all that often because not a lot of athletes get into car accidents or dying. There have been a few of them in the past, but again, not they're not as common as the other things that I mentioned. So, if you're out there, you drive. Be safe. Don't be reliant on the new technology. That's something that I've mentioned before. Newer cars have newer technology and they're very, very advanced. Don't rely on that. Not, just drive safe. Stop driving fast. Obey the laws. Stop going by red lights because you don't want to end up dead. And especially at very, very young ages. I don't know the age group for our viewers, but if you're young and you drive, just be safe, and it mostly pertains to younger people because normally older people don't really, drive fast. They usually don't, they don't usually run red lights. That's usually a younger person thing, they street race and all that stuff. But, again, may Terrence Clarke rest in peace. He was a very, very good basketball player. I remember watching this kid a few times. He was just so good, and it's just so sad um that he got taken from us so very soon. It's just unfortunate. So yeah, with that being said, Mario, may Terrence Clarke rest in peace. Condolences to his family, his coaches, his teammates. And yeah, just let this be a lesson to you guys. Drive safe. Obey the laws. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these deaths and car accidents can be avoided, and there's a lot of them in America. A lot of the death rate in America has something to do with car accidents. You know what I mean? And a lot of those people that die from those car accidents are young people. So y'all gotta drive safe. You know what I mean? Obey the rules. Stop going by red lights. You know what I mean, like I said before, if you wanna go race so damn bad, why don't you rent out the local race car track if you even have one in your area? That is, not every place has it. But if you want to do that so bad, do that and be safe within the process. You can even crash on one of those things. But just again, let this be a lesson to you guys. Just drive safe, obey the rules. That's really all I ask.
Yeah, I completely agree, Nate. Obviously, you talked about safe driving whenever there was a story about a car accident. Well, before I say anything, I just want to say again, may Terrence Clarke rest in peace, and again, condolences to his family. Uh, Look, man, he had a bright future. He really did. Now I want to read a couple quotes, Nate. One is from Kentucky head coach John Calipari, and the other one is from CEO of Clutch Sports, which is who he had signed with. And in case you guys don't know who that CEO is, that CEO is Rich Paul, the Rich Paul, who is the agent of LeBron James. So both these quotes I feel like are very important. I'll start with Calipari. He said, and I quote, "I am absolutely gutted and sick tonight. A young person who we all love has just lost life too soon, one with all of his dreams and hopes ahead of him. Terrence Clarke was a beautiful kid, someone who owned a room with his personality, smile, and joy. People gravitated to him, and to hear we have lost him is just hard for all of us to comprehend right now. We are all in shock. Terrence's teammates and brothers loved him and are absolutely devastated. They know we are here for them for whatever they need. I'm on my way to Los Angeles to be with his mother and his brother to help wherever I can. This will be a difficult period for all those who know and love Terrence. And I would ask that everyone take a moment tonight and say a prayer for Terrence and his family. May he rest in peace." And this other quote, it was from Rich Paul, CEO of Clutch Sports. He said, and I quote, "We are saddened and devastated by the tragic loss of Terrence Clarke. Terrence was an incredible, hardworking young man. He was excited for what was ahead of him and ready to fulfill his dreams. Our prayers go out to Terrence and his family. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Terrence and his family who asked for privacy during this difficult time." And he had a decent 1 year in Kentucky. Nate. He had 9.6 points per game, 2.6 rebounds, and two assists on 42% shooting from the field. Now, remind you, this is NCAA, so stats are obviously a lot lower there than it would be in the NBA. Um, so yeah, Nate. Look, but let me go back to the car accident thing, okay? This is why we always say make the right choices, okay? Because as much because we agree that we always say make the right choices, and we do agree that everybody deserves a second chance. But you know what, Nate? I gotta be honest. Sometimes life isn't gonna give you a second chance. It's a
Exactly.
simple. Sometimes you make the wrong choice, and life is just not going to give you a second chance. That's just the way it is. And it's very unfortunate too, because again, he was only 19 years old. He made one mistake, and again, I don't know if he was in a rush somewhere. I don't know if he was just speeding for he just decided not decided to speed, but he just went too fast, or I don't know if he missed a red light. I don't know because I wasn't there. All we know is he went through a red light, hit a street pole. Then he hit a brick wall, and then he ended up passing away. And it's very unfortunate too. But again, it's a lesson because people need to know. People need to drive safe. It's as simple as that. Okay, the car accidents that we have talked about on here, they have been very life threatening to somebody. Nate, think about it. Besides the Isaiah Wilson one from his past, besides the Isaiah Wilson one, but you look at the Tiger Woods one. Tiger Woods almost lost his life. You look at Britt Reed, the little girl almost lost her life. Okay, I again, and he was driving a fairly new car. Nate, it was a 2021 Genesis, and it had the technology, and it had the technology that you always talk about, the advanced technology to, be a safe car. But even with the advanced technology, again, that's a perfect example. This advanced technology is not 100% going to save you. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You still need to know how to be a safe driver. I get all these cars, they got cruise control. The new ones got like that new feature where they can parallel park themselves, but you have to know, you have to be a safe driver. Okay. That doesn't mean you can just drive through red lights and the car is going to stop for you every single time. That's not the way it works. Okay. Doesn't mean you get to be reckless while parking or whatever and the car is going to park it for you. That's not the way it works. Doesn't mean you get the speed and the car is going to control your speed. It's not the way it works. People got to understand that safe driving is big. Okay. I lost a cousin through safe driving. Nate, like you said, he lost a close friend and he got into an accident and driving, which basically cost him the year with injuries. So again, it's very serious. But then again, I want to go back to Terrence Clarke. He had such a bright future ahead of him. Like you said, he was a lottery pick. Mock drafts had the Celtics grabbing him. I know he was friends with Bronny James too. And I assume if you're friends with Bronny James and you went over his house or whatever, you had to meet LeBron sometime down the road. So I assume that's how he got the deal with Rich Paul through like some type of connection. I could be wrong, but again, you were signed with Clutch Sports, owned by Rich Paul. By the way, Rich Paul is an amazing NBA agent. Amazing. He's got guys like LeBron, Anthony Davis, Ben Simmons. I mean, the guy has done a great job. But regardless of all that, he had such a bright future. And because of one mistake, it was sadly taken away from him. And I do pray for Terrence Clarke. You know, may he rest in peace. And again, condolences to his family. Um, but yeah, look, guys, you got to drive safe. Just drive safe out there, really, because you just never know when. You just never know. One little mistake. I talked about this with my roommate a lot. I told him, I said, look, I believe that I believe that the way life works is if an event is supposed to happen, it'll happen. Okay. There's nothing you could have did. You could have said something like, "Oh, well, if he left his house like 10 seconds later, this could have never happened." But I always say this. Okay. I always say this. That wasn't, unfortunately, it wasn't the way it happened. It was meant to happen, unfortunately. And it is very unfortunate because we lost somebody. You know, we lost a very young kid who had all the talent in the world to become a good NBA player. And it's very unfortunate. And it's very unfortunate, Nate. But you know what? It's a lesson. We need to drive safer. Okay, we cannot rely on this new technology to carry us everywhere. You know, because that's not the way it's going to work. But so again, I want to get off that car topic. I just want to say to end this topic because I feel like this is the right way to end it. May Terrence Clarke rest in peace and condolences to his family.